The government of Tunisia unraveled today as a state of emergency was declared in that North African nation. Protesters took to the streets demanding democratic elections.
Outside Tunisia's interior ministry, a vast crowd gathered in scenes which will send shockwaves across the Arab world. Thousands of people yelling for revolution after 23 years of being ruled by the same man. All around us, the extraordinary sight of a people deprived of democracy for decades, now intoxicated by the sweet smell of freedom in the air.
Everybody around is so happy and it's unbelievable.
What do you want the president to do?
I want him to quit.
The president to quit?
Yes, because we don't believe him when he say that he will bring us democracy and all this. I think it's all lies, and I think the best thing for him is to change or to.
This is historical what's going on right now. I mean, this is absolutely incredible, and for us to witness this and participate in it is incredible.
A clear call for their country's leader to step down. Tens of thousands of people descending on the streets of the capital, Sana'a. The crowd made up of opposition members and youth activists. President Ali Abdullah Saleh has been in power for nearly 32 years. He's recently attempted to ease unrest, raising wages for the army and denying claims he plans to install his son as his successor. And following the ouster of the Tunisian president, he slashed income taxes and started price controls. Although President Saleh's current term ends in 2 years, proposed changes to the law may keep him in power for another decade.
We turn to the Middle East, a region vital to U.S. interest and where unrest continues. The people, in several cases, rising up against their leaders in the Arab world. This latest wave of protests started, you'll recall, in Tunisia. It's been spreading. The real hotspot tonight is again in Egypt, where we're joined once again tonight in Cairo by ITN's John Ray. John, good evening.
Good evening, Brian. Well, for a second day, people took to the streets here, angrily protesting against unemployment and high prices and demanding that President Hosni Mubarak go. And for a second day, government forces cracked down hard.
Thousands defied a ban on demonstrations. And the ferocious assault that came next. Riot police chased down a crowd outside Cairo's court buildings, beating those who could not get away. As police advanced, reinforcements swiftly followed.
The authorities had promised to crack down here today, and now it's happening. They've just charged into the crowd, and we can hear tear gas canisters.
This was just one of many clashes, running battles across the centre of the capital. An uprising inspired by Tunisia. Crowds are back on the streets there today, as their new government issued an arrest warrant for the ousted president and some members of his family. And last night, the President of the United States himself took notice.
Let us be clear. The United States of America stands with the people of Tunisia and supports the democratic aspirations of all people.
No specific mention of Egypt or its President Hosni Mubarak, for 30 years the United States' best friend in the Arab world. But today, a blunt message from Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
And we urge the Egyptian authorities not to prevent peaceful protests.
Yet as darkness fell, the confrontations continued. So did the clampdown, so did the protests. Scenes that a week ago nobody would believe they would ever have witnessed here.